Steph Curry got injured. Because of his injury,
I'm gonna laugh at him, not the Riv.
The Warriors may drop off in the standings. And Riv, not too long ago, said that he thinks the Warriors would dog walk any team in the Western Conference. But after Draymond being injured, and now Steph, who's not the heart and soul of the team, but one of the more important players on that team, it means that they might drop off. So, Riv, what do you think about this Steph Curry injury? What do you think about how he got injured? There was some talk about that in the Marcus Smart play. I want to know your thoughts on it.
So, I was at Applebee's. I was watching the game. I was actually just coming off a men's league game. We just won.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like,
vibes are up.
Yeah, I'm
vibes
like, let's go
up.
watch the Warriors game. Boston Warriors. It's gonna be a great game. Boston's a really good team. They're on fire. We're getting our big three back. We're finally healthy. I'm excited to see that dynamic. The big four. Nobody could beat us when we're healthy. So I'm walking in, and then I see it. I see them limping, and I was just like, oh my goodness. But I don't think it was a dirty play by Marcus Smart. Dangerous, yeah, but that's a part of the game. He's diving for the ball. He's a hustle player. That's what he does. I wouldn't necessarily call it a dirty play. I don't think it's that. Stuff happens. You know what I'm saying? It just sucks that it had to happen to Steph Curry. So I don't think they were talking about on first things first. It should be banned. I'm not going to go that far.
Diving for a ball, I'm not going to go far. Come on.
No, it's hustling. It sucks.
It's been the game forever.
So Steph Curry's going to be out. He's going to be reevaluated in 2 weeks. My guess is he'll probably be back game 1 or probably game 2 of the playoffs. This is actually maybe a blessing in disguise. Get him some rest, get ready for the playoffs. But Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and Klay Thompson have played their whole careers together. I'm not worried about their chemistry. I know they'll be fine. They know their spots at this point. They know what they're going to be. It's the other guys I'm worried about. Jordan Poole, trying to figure out how to play with all three of them. He has yet to do that. Kuminga, where is he going to fit with all three of them? Even Andrew Wiggins, he hasn't played with all three of them. And I think Kerr at this point, as you can tell with his coaching, he's trying to figure out rotations, trying to figure out stuff like that, because this Warriors have been in and out of the lineup. Guys have been in and out, being banged up, been hurt. So his focus on these last couple games was just getting the rotations in order, trying to figure out who plays well with who, what rotation works with what. And it's just been tough because Dre's missed time. Then Dre finally comes back, and now Steph's going to miss time. And then before that, Klay was missing time. He was out. So it's just been tough dealing with these injuries and not being able to get that chemistry together. But my statement doesn't change because Steph Curry gets hurt. I think if Steph is healthy, if Dre is healthy, if Klay, first of all, they haven't lost a series when they're both healthy in mad long. So
because of KD.
They haven't been in the playoffs in mad long.
That's true. Touche. If Steph, Klay, Dre, Wiggins plays, I am extremely confident in any series in the West that they can win that series. I'm very confident. I don't think any team.
Are y'all even beating the Grizzlies?
Are you serious?
I'm being serious.
Healthy?
Healthy, of course, but this is best case scenario now in your world right here.
That's why. Did you not hear?
But no, let's talk about right now. Steph.
We
Curry.
wouldn't play the Grizzlies in the first round, and Steph is going to be back by the second round.
It's going to be the second round that you guys would play.
Steph will be back.
Are you going to trust that Steph's going to be 100% ready to go?
I think he'll be fine.
Okay.
I think he'll be fine. I think at this point,
ankle injury is tough to immediately come back and be yourself.
In the first round, he's going to come back. In the first round, we'll play a 6 seed. It'll be tough. I don't think we fall lower than 3. I think we'll be either 3 or 2 for the rest of the season. And I think that would be tough to get him. But I think right now with the way the team is playing, Klay, Dre, we got Poole, who's been exciting the last couple games. I think he doesn't need to come back and be automatic Steph Curry just in spurts. But like you said, in a second round matchup against the Memphis or the Suns, we're going to need Steph to be the best Steph possible to beat them. But I think if he comes back and we got that big 4, we can still beat any team in the West.
First of all, I think the play wasn't dirty. It was Marcus Smart diving for a loose ball. The injury probably could have been prevented if Steph Curry dived for the ball as well, because he was kind of just standing up straight, and Marcus Smart was the one to hustle for it. Steph Curry didn't hustle for it. So maybe if he was the one to hustle, it could have happened. And all jokes aside, I hope Steph Curry is okay.
Smart
he gets
literally
better.
Kicked Klay in the head 5 seconds later. He's a sick guy, bro.
He's a hustle baller.
I hope Steph is okay. Looking at the Warriors, though, they're 2-4 without Steph this season, which isn't horrible, given that some of those games have been without Draymond Green. They're 2-7 without him in the 2020-21 season. They were 2-7 without him. He's third in plus minus behind Jokic and Embiid, second in win shares. He's averaging 25 on the year. Hasn't been his most efficient season, but we know who Steph Curry is. I think the Warriors in the beginning of the season looked like this dominant team, and they still are to a degree. But they looked virtually unbeatable in the beginning of the season. But later on, I would say right before the All-Star break and post-All-Star break, Steve Kerr started experimenting with younger players and putting Kuminga in more, putting Moody in. And because of that, I think it's kind of hindered the team. I think the Warriors easily right now could have been the best team in the Western Conference record-wise and could have been right there with Phoenix. But because Steve Kerr has been experimenting with these lineups, trying to develop trying to develop these younger players, it to a degree has kind of hindered the Warriors' title chances just a bit because of that. I think Kuminga has proven himself to be a player who should get playoff minutes because he can guard guys like LeBron, guys like Tatum, Jaylen Brown,
he can't
guys
guard
like Luka.
Though.
Yeah, so I think he's earned playoff minutes. Moody right now is jumping in the rotation as well because he's just a savvy player. But given Steph Curry being injured, the Warriors have the 10th easiest remaining schedule. They still have Poole. They still have Clay. They still have Wiggins. Draymond, who is the heart and soul, is back. If he wasn't here, okay, wow, they might drop off significantly.
Heart and soul, man.
But Draymond is back, and the bench is still very good. Now, could they drop? They very well could drop. And it's led me to now ask or wonder about a potential Suns and Warriors second-round matchup. All year long, we're talking about them meeting in the Western Conference Finals because they were the 1 and 2 seed. The Warriors could be in a position where Utah now jumps them. Dallas is playing really well. They could, if they go on a bit of a hot streak, they can jump them as well. We could be looking at Golden State as a 4th or 5th seed in the West and now have to face Golden State in the Phoenix in the second round. And now you have Memphis, who they don't have to go through any of those teams to get to the WCF. And Memphis versus an injured Warriors team could beat them. I think the Suns are the team that I see that I don't think they'll beat them regardless, unless Chris Paul is hurt. This is huge news for Memphis.
So the Suns are going to the finals for you now.
I wouldn't say that. It's always been Suns and Warriors for me. But
I thought the Warriors were your clean cut guys.
I think Warriors, if they're healthy, they'll make the finals.
Okay.
If they're healthy, they'll make the finals.
Okay. All right, listen.
No change.
Oh, listen, of course. I have to make sure me and my guy are on the same page.
I never changed my stance.
Oh, my God. Dude makes the name of the show.
He's crazy.
And can't live up to it.
He's a crazy guy.
He's funny at least, which I'll give it to him.
What do you mean?
And he's cool.
The name of the show is called Pick a Side.
Exactly.
You pick side and flip the next side and then go to the other side.
But that's called picking a side. That's literally
it's
called
not called
picking a
pick
side.
Multiple sides. It's just pick a side. You pick one side and you stand on that side until you're wrong, and then you go pick another side.
Maybe we should add pick a sides. Maybe you should add like a little S there.
You could do that.
Pick a sides.
Yeah.
Well, in the Discord chat, when I'm in the voice chat with them, they tell me all the time. They actually made this analysis of me. It was when I'm wrong, I'm really wrong. But when I'm right, I'm really right.
So you're like a hit or miss.
I'm like a home run hitter. That's what I am.
I respect that.
What are you batting?
I think 600.
600. All right. I'm going to let
Timberwolves take was fire.
That was a
That was a strong
That was
take.
really good.
You guys laughed.
No, we laughed
didn't
at
laugh.
fifth seed,
He laughed,
bro.
and I
We
laughed
laughed
at
at
him
fifth
laughing.
seed. That's what we laughed at. No, you didn't.
I
You're
laughed
lying.
at you
Fifth seed,
You're
laughing.
lying. Hold on.
Fifth
You're
seed
lying.
right now
No,
is
I didn't.
reasonable.
You're lying.
You guys all laughed.
No, we all laughed. Don't.
When he
listen.
said fifth,
You laughed
you
with me.
put in your hands and started
But you were
to
laughing
laugh.
with. Don't
It
put
was
that
hard
just
not
on
to
me,
laugh,
bro.
No,
Don't
I'm
put-
being honest.
No, we're not gonna put that just on me. I know I laughed.
I had
but you also
the
laughed with
Timberwolves
me.
like 7th, so it's like it wasn't
Both
that
of you
egregious.
guys laughed along with it.
I laughed because of you.
All right,
You bullied
this
him.
guy's folding.
I'm folding. I'm being honest.
Folding.
That being said, going on to Steph Curry and the Warriors,
Be nice.
I'm going to be nice because this is a big loss. This is Steph Curry. This is one of the faces of the NBA. Anytime you lose one of the faces of the NBA, it's going to hurt the league. This is nothing that anyone wants to see. We all want to see Steph Curry on the court. This is a huge loss for the NBA and all of its fans. Now to talk about the Warriors, Curry's impact is going to be felt. You don't feel confident losing a player that averages 25 points per game, regardless of the efficiency this season. Anytime you're losing anything egregious like 25 points per game, your team's going to feel it, especially when you don't have another 20-point per game scorer on your squad. Can Clay do that? Sure. Can Poole do that? Sure. Average 20 points. I don't feel overly confident in these guys to night in, night out come in and be dominant scorers and you guys be okay on that side of the ball. Defensively, you guys are going to be fine so long as Draymond Green is healthy. But even still, we saw it last season. When Curry was not on the court, you guys were one of the worst teams in the NBA. When he comes back, you guys were making a huge run for the play-in. When he was in the lineup, right, you guys were projected 5th seed last season.
They went 2-7 without him.
2-7, which is the difference between being a play-in team and not being a play-in team, which is unfortunate. That being said, I look at the Warriors, and I do have worries for them dropping. I don't think they're going to drop anything lower than 4. That's the absolute minimum. But in that sense, now you're playing against the Mavericks in the first round, a hungry Luka Doncic, who is going to be looking into this series to want to attack the Warriors and be the one to take them out. That's not a series that if I'm the Warriors, I want to go into. Right now, I'd feel more confident going. Who would you guys play if you guys went in right now? Timberwolves?
Denver.
Denver. Denver's another one that I'm not.
I'd rather play Dallas.
Yeah, at this point in time, I get it.
No, it's just a better matchup.
Yeah, for sure. Especially because you guys don't have someone that can guard Jokic. Regardless of how great Draymond Green is defensively, you have no one that's an answer
right now, the Warriors are 3 games up on the Jazz, 4 games up on the Mavs.
I mean, if Utah when it drops to 5 and we go to 4, I'll play Utah. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Fine. I don't know if Utah's the best matchup for you guys.
I'm okay with Rudy Gobert.
I think you guys could get past Utah.
We can get past any. It's just
I think Curry. I'm optimistic as you are. I think he could come back the first round. But if Curry is not in round 1, you guys can get upset.
The problem is if he comes back for like a game 3 or 4 and we don't at least split the first 2 games, we're in trouble. Like we're in.
If Curry does not play the first round of the playoffs, you guys can get upset.
We're done.
It's that simple.
We're done. I don't agree.
My worry, that's what I'm saying. Especially against a hungry Luka Doncic, especially against Jokic, who is right now the MVP of the league.
They'd lose to Minnesota too without Steph. What do you mean?
Why do you make that face? I know.
Like you made a sound.
It's one of those things that you have to think about. You can't say something like, let me think,
bro. Let me think about it.
It would
without
be
Steph though. Come on.
A bunch of oh my god!
What is there to think
They probably would lose.
Oh, how will we lose? I'm fine with Dre on Cat. I'm fine. I'm so fine because he's like a guy who likes to go out and shoot jump shots. I'm fine with that.
But he can do it all. He can. You got to give him that respect.
Who's guarding Edwards?
Wiggins probably would be on him
because it's still a wait and see on what Edwards can do in the primetime moments.
It's true.
What about D'Lo?
But it's still
D'Lo's gonna be with
it's a question on what Wiggins can do in the playoffs. It's a question on what Poole can do in the playoffs.
Well, Wiggins doesn't have to do as much as Edwards.
True. No,
to be
for
fair.
sure. 100%. But if Steph's out, he's going to have to take a little bit more load offensively.
I mean, defensively, he's always been there.
For sure.
So I think that would be fine. Minnesota's a sneaky pick, though. I just have to think about it. You can't just say things like that.
I don't know if you got to think about it without Steph.
They're not that bad without Steph, bro.
Offensively, I do have my worries. Listen, we still overlook Curry's playmaking abilities.
I don't. He does.
I'm just saying, for that fact, you're losing your second best, for sure, which is what makes it okay. But even still,
I think defensively he'll be able to stay in games. And then it gets tricky in the fourth.
Yeah, it gets tough. It does. You need Clay to continue to, for sure. He's been slowly but surely getting comfortable back to his normal self. I agree. Poole now is going to get his minutes back. That's exciting. But in the sense of you lose the playmaking that Curry brings, you lose that fear that Curry brings to other defenses. That is a loss that just goes unspoken for just because a lot of people underrate that about Steph Curry. The fear of we have to account for him wherever he is on the court, and that frees up so much space for these other guys. I do have my worries. If he's not healthy round 1, I do think you guys can lose that matchup.
To Minnesota.
I think regardless of who you play.
Okay, that's fair.
What about the Clippers?
Oh, God.
No.
Come on, bro.
I don't think it'll get to that. I don't think it'll get to that.
Yeah, no. I mean, they're going to the playoffs.
I think the Jazz could beat you without Curry. I think the Nuggets could beat you guys without Curry. The Mavericks could beat you guys without Curry.
Minnesota got to show me.
Timberwolves.
They got to show me.
I'll be honest.
It's a great series.
I'm not as high on Denver as you. I love Jokic, of course, and that's a bad matchup. I don't trust anybody else on their team.
That's a fair point.
We saw it last season where the Nuggets had no second option and they still got past the Blazers.
Michael Porter Jr. played.
You're right. You're right.
He played.
You're right.
In the playoffs.
You're right. You're right.
Sorry. I just wanted to
Isn't he supposed to be coming back soon?
He's on track too, yeah.
Listen, and we were just talking about it not too long ago. If MPJ comes back and then Jamal Murray comes back.
Oh, no, Denver's
really
a bad matchup in general for me. But it's, I think there's
Bones
still
Highland has been very exciting for them this season as well.
I think they're still a good team because the defense, you don't like Steph Curry has improved on defense, but you're not gonna. The defense is still gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? Offensively, it's just now guys got to step up. Clay has to be better and stop shot chucking everything he sees, and Poole has to be better. But I think Poole is good enough where he'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? I think Draymond, his leadership, he's gonna be able to rally the guys.
Is he gonna be the only ball handler for you guys?
Who?
Draymond Green.
No, Poole.
You think Poole can do that?
Do what?
Facilitate?
He has the ball when Steph's on the court. So it's like
okay.
He can do it.
All right.
It's just when Clay gets the ball, sometimes he shoots everything, man. He's
I mean, that's just been his role for
I think he's got
forever.
worse at it. He just shoots everything. I don't know.
Whenever people talk about the Warriors, everybody seems to mention James Wiseman, and he just had another setback, so he's probably not playing at all this season. But I don't ever feel like he was going to have a huge role with Golden State this year anyway.
Let me ask you guys a question.
I think against the Nuggets, though, it would have been huge to have.
No, Joker would have broke him down mentally.
Of course, no doubt.
Let me ask you a question, though.
Interesting.
Playoff time.
Mentally. You're right. You're 100% right.
Nah, yeah.
Because that's a fact.
Playoff time. Who you playing? GP or Moses Moody?
Gary Payne.
Gary Payne, right? I don't think Moody's probably going to see playoff time.
Gary Payne's minutes have been so inconsistent, but when he plays, he's such an impact player.
He's hurt right now. That's why. I think for Minnesota purposes, they'll probably put him on D-Lo and stuff like that. Like defensively, he's the best person to guard Ja Morant when they play Memphis because Wiggins cannot guard Ja Morant. It's too slow. It's very weird.
Ja Morant is one of the quickest players in the NBA.
Yeah, but Wiggins acts like he has duck feet sometimes. So
you got to remember, he is a wing. It's tough to defend against those quicker guards.
He's a quick wing though. Supposed to be a quick wing.
True.
He's very athletic.
He is. He is. That's been his shtick since he got drafted in the NBA.
He's talented. Not that much skill, just talented.
He's got defensive skill for sure.
Yeah.
But he's mostly a guy that was talented coming out.
That's actually another example. He coming out, he was really talented, a little raw, but very talented. So they said LeBron.
Would you say hype?
Definitely hype. Talent. Talent breeds hype.